Hello everyone, I am Aniruddha and today I welcome you to this demonstration on working with structured data. So let us first begin with a question. Who was the best opening batsman in the ICC T20 Cricket World Cup? So we are talking about the recently concluded T20 Cricket World Cup and this might be a seemingly harmless question, but you'll soon see many answers. And before you know it, there are plenty of answers and someone might even suggest Bumrah. Let us, however, see if we can answer this particular question with the use of data. So, when I say answering with data, what exactly do we mean? Do we need to go back and watch the videos of all those matches and find out who is the best? Do we go and read reports online? Can we look at some player stats and decide what exactly do we mean by that? So, this brings us to two different types of data. So, data can be present as structured as well as unstructured data. So unstructured data is what we see in the case of image files, your videos, audio files, and so on. Even the contents of your email is unstructured data, which is in the form of text. And when we come to structured data, these are normally in the form of tables. So if you have seen an Excel spreadsheet, that is tabular data, and that is also called as structured data. So in our particular study now, so in this video, we are going to see it using structured data, and subsequently we'll also see how we can work with unstructured data. So this brings us to the next big question: where exactly can I find this data? So here we have listed a few sources and let us actually go and have a look at these sources. Okay, so this first one is called as Kaggle. So in Kaggle you can, so it says datasets here. So datasets is simply nothing but a collection of data. So for that we use this term dataset. So here, depending on what field we want, say you're interested in finance, education, healthcare, and so on, you can simply type out whatever you require and corresponding data sets, if available, will be present here. Then we can navigate to that individual page and download what we want. Once again, we'll see an example of this. So another link that we have given is called as data.gov.in. Once you are a little more comfortable working with this, here you can again go and look for different data sets that are submitted by different ministries or states from the government of India. So these are actual data provided, say, on the rainfall statistics, on tourism, maybe on expenditure. So all those data sets will be present here. So we simply need to search using the search bar. But whenever we are asked a question we do not know, what we often do is simply we go on Google and we post that question. So let us also do the same. We are trying to find a data set to answer our question on who was the best opening batsman. So we'll simply put the same ICC Cricket Men's T20 World Cup. Men's T20 World Cup 2024. Maybe player stats. And we are looking for a data set. Okay. We again immediately see a couple of links from Kaggle and some other pages. So let's have a look at this first link. Okay, so when we actually click on a particular link here, even on Kaggle, this is the kind of page that we see. So here the details about the data set is given, and let us scroll down further. And okay, what we see here is this says batting stats for ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024.csv. Perhaps this is a good data set for us to try and look for our answer. It has things like the player name, the team he has played for, number of matches, runs, and so on. So what we are going to do next is we are going to download this particular file by clicking on this download button here. And yeah, it asks us to save this file. Okay, let us quickly save it. And let us open that file. So as you can see, it is stored as archive as a zip file, which means we can simply right click and first click on extract all. And it gives us another folder called archive where these files are actually present. Okay, so the folder that we downloaded from Kaggle had 5 of these files. and we wanted to know about batting stats. So let us just open that file. Okay. So when we open that particular file, this is what we see. I'm not really comfortable with reading files like this. So let us see what we can do about this. So this is the link from which we got our data set. And this was how the file looked when we opened. So firstly, there are many different values and they all seem to be separated by a comma. And even the file extension, it seems to be batting stats for ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024.csv. So the CSV stands for comma separated values, and it is something we will often encounter when it comes to datasets. This is simply a file format that is similar to your PDF, or if you have stored your PowerPoint presentations, you'll see the .ppt or .pptx. Likewise, if you have stored your Excel files, it is there as XLSX and so on. And the use of this is that whenever you have it in this particular format, someone else opening the same file using, say, Excel or any other associated tool will see the same data without any issues. But like I said, reading it for us humans is not that easy. So let us just see if we can read it as a table. So if we open this particular file using Google Sheets or Excel, or as we will subsequently see with another tool, it is present like this in the form of a table. Now this is much more easier for us to read. It is exactly the same data. If you look at the first row, it contains player, team, matches, innings, and so on, which is nothing but the same values that are present here. So for this particular demonstration, we have only shown a small snippet, but when we actually open those files with the tools, we are going to see the entire data set. Okay, so now that we started with the question, we decided that we wanted to look for some structured data, and we looked for that data set online and we looked at it through different platforms. And once we found a data set that looked to be good for us to answer this question, we downloaded it and it was in the form of CSV file. And we then, when we open it using tools like Excel or Google Sheets, we are going to see it in this tabular format. So in the next video, we are going to try and understand this particular data set and also see how we can try and answer our questions. Thank you.